happy Sunday, everybody. I am so excited this week. I am so excited. The countdown is on. We leave in 5 days? 5 days. Let's see who we have here in chat. I'm kind of running late today, so I'm still kind of getting my way around here. Let's go to Ireland. Cheers. I'm excited, but I'm in no way prepared at all. Not prepared to get on a plane in 5 days. Cheers. Hey, Lisby. Ireland we go. Cheers, Mr. Mom 310. Good afternoon, everyone. We have Taste and Sensibility. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Amy O'Byrne from O'Byrne's Irish Pub. Hello, I'll be listening in while I'm cooking and drinking whiskey. Only counting down whiskey for me tonight. Yeah. I'm so excited for you to be going to Ireland next week. I know Amy has some good counting down whiskey. Amy, you're probably going to have several that I'm going to be having tonight. Hey, cheers, Robbie. It'll be good to be over there. I'll be in Dublin actually an extra day. I think we'll all get together at bar 1661 maybe. I'm sure I'll be at many bars in Dublin that last day. Hey, slaunchy y'all. Cheers, Christine Vasco. Let me know what you guys have in your glass. Let me know what you're drinking. Make sure you hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe, do all that fun stuff that YouTube likes us to do so everybody can find us here. I'm going to get started with my first pour because I've only had like one pour all day today. And it's been a long day. So I am starting, it's a lower ABV, but I'm starting with my favorite distillery and the one I'm mostly excited to be visiting in Ireland, Killowen Irish Whiskey. And this is the special Ohio Hibernian release. So if you are a member of my Patreon, as soon as this one is ready to release, I'm going to be sharing the link. So anybody who wants to get a bottle can. This is the Killowen Rum and Raisin, single malt, finished in PX sherry casks, finished in Killowen dark rum casks, 46% ABV. So it's just a little bit lower than their normal rum and raisin ABV. But as like my friend says, this is totally like smashable. Just taking it down that little bit in ABV. Hey, Christine, oh, yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a new setup. I'm still kind of figuring out the lighting. I have like a softbox light. I'm going to have to get another one, but it makes like weird shadows with my glasses. So, and the dog is like over here licking her feet under my table. If you hear some noises, that's what it is. Oh, thanks, Amy. Thank you for joining the Patreon. So you will have access to this one. We only had 200 bottles done. The difference is this has it had black, the shrink wrap. It's actually green. He took the black off into green. But a portion will support the Hibernian charities. So that's kind of nice. They do some good work. They really do. All right, so I am started with this Killowen. The other thing about Killowen I'm excited about, which I was hoping to find time to do it this weekend. If I am not completely schnockered by the end of this, I will do it tonight. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a tomorrow task. And that is a new Killowen Poitín trial. So I got this real spiffy box in the mail this week from Killowen Distillery. And if I could get the freaking thing open. So I have, I'm going to get it open. Try not to throw the entire contents all over the desk while I'm in the process of doing that. So the box in the center actually contained this Killowen glass. Nice tasting glass. And then there are two samples, indescript samples of Poitín in here. And this trial was called Mango Madness. Now, I've done another one of the Killowen Poitín trials, and it's a really lot of fun. He just sends you the samples, and he's not really telling you a whole lot of details about them, but he wants your feedback, wants your input on this. So this is called Mango Madness. And the cool thing is then he sends, yeah, you can kind of see it. sample 1 and sample 2. And you've got to fill this out as far as the tasting notes. So as far as how sweet it is, how sour it is, how floral notes, fruity notes. So I've gotten to do this before, and it was really cool. I actually got kind of different stuff than some people. And which makes sense. Some people are, more sensitive to different notes than the others. And my favorite was actually one that didn't even have a name in the previous Pochine trial. And I still have some of those bottles that I am saving for future Pochine giveaway or a Patreon giveaway for November. Probably for November will probably be Pochine, since that's Pochine now. But that one was a lot of fun. Those I'm just guessing. I may have had a nip of one of these, just a little bit, just to try. And I'm just guessing that those are also a little proofy. The 3 previous Pochines that we got from Killowen were all in the 60%. So it didn't take much to get schnockered on those. Hey, cheers, Sugar Kitty. How are you doing, good sir? It is good to see you. Make sure you do the 4 distilleries in Dublin, 8 area. Pearse. Oh, yeah, Pearse Lyons, I want to see. I don't know if we'll have time. This time we're seeing all the distilleries in the north. But we are trying to hit in, squeeze in some bars since we're just going to be back in Dublin for a day. So if you got any good recommendations where we should go, Robbie, for pubs in Dublin, let me know. I know Amy has suggested a couple. And actually the hotel that I finally did book, I'm freaking waiting forever, but I finally did book, is just down the street from the one, Amy, you were telling me, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, but it's also down the street from Harry Lemon. It's not far from that either. Hey, Mike Stahl. Cheers to you, good sir. Make sure you guys check out Livewire. They are going live tonight at 9 p.m. Pubs in Dublin, yes. Yeah. I've actually been going through my pictures of last time we were there. And I'm seeing pubs and I'm like, when the hell were we there? I don't even remember popping into that one, like O'Flanagan's or something like that, or Flannery's. O'Flannery's. And don't remember going there. I do remember Sheehan's. I remember visiting Sheehan's in Dublin. We went to Toner's. That was the first spot we hit because my cousin's actually married to a toner in Chicago. So we hit there, but I didn't remember going into that one at all. But clearly I did. I had a drink there. It was tagged from 2016. Bose might have been it. That might have been it. Stay on the outskirts. That would have been excellent advice. Unfortunately, I booked the hotel right near like Dublin Castle. So we are right smack dab in the middle of everything. So I debated and I told my husband we go to like Harley Davidson shop in Dublin, and we skirted around Temple Bar. We got pictures, but I want to visit like James Fox and just a couple other places. But I do want to see Harry Lemon. You guys, if you've not heard the Harry Lemon Bar in Dublin, it's really cool. I mean, it's like bright yellow. There's a whole story behind it. Yeah. We took a picture of the outside last time, Robbie. We didn't actually go into it. It looks kind of like a tourist trap, which I'm sure it didn't start out that way, but cheers, milady and other peoples. Hey, Ben. I know, Ben, we're going to have me look for bourbon. There actually is some bourbon up there, which I found out. So one of the shops in Dublin, or in Ireland, is called Carry Out. And Carry Out Killarney, they had their own Buffalo Trace pick. And I'm like, that's crazy. I've never not heard of that before. And I looked at it and it didn't occur to me. That's actually, I think, pretty much like the regular Buffalo Trace, because it was 46% for this pick. And apparently, like, from what I've heard, the regular Buffalo Trace, and Robbie, maybe you could tell me if this is true, that your regular Buffalo Trace in Ireland is only 40% ABV. which is lower than we have here. So I wonder if that's just what it is, if it's just a single barrel of regular Buffalo Trace that we would have here. Thank you, Sugar Kitty. This cologne is so freaking good. This one is one, I mean, I could just drink this every day. It's just got so much flavor going on. Tell us more about the trip. This isn't, last time we went, I planned all of it. And I think one of the best ways to do that is go find an organized tour and then just kind of one that goes to where you want to go and then just mimic, traveling and book everything yourself. It's cheaper that way. We rented a car and we drove all over the island. We went from Dublin, we went up to Belfast and County Down, went up on the coast road, like through Ballintoy and over to Bushmills and down through Derry and down to Galway and out to Dingle Peninsula. I mean, we just did a big flipping loop. And then we cut back in to go to like Mullingar to head up Kilbeggan. And we stayed on one of the lakes out there. It was a really nice bed and breakfast. And then went back in to see Newgrange and back down to Dublin. This time it is an organized tour that I'm going on through Irish Whiskey Experiences. And they book organized Irish whiskey travel. So they have full tours like the one I'm doing. And this specific one is going up north. It's going to all these distilleries in County Down that I love. It's going to Bushmills, to the new Causeway Distillery. It's got all kinds of little extras. I actually don't have whiskey from all the distilleries we're going to be visiting. One of them is Titanic. And that one we got like a harbor cruise around Belfast and get to see the Titanic distillery and the old pump house for the actual Titanic. And some of them like Copeland, it says we're going out to Copeland Island for foraging, whatever the heck that means. So it means Stacy's going to be buying some Dramamine because I'm good as long as the boat's moving. But if the boat stops, I figured out when I was in Hawaii, I get a little seasick. So we're going to be busy. It's like, it's not, there are some little bit of free time. We're based in Belfast for the whole week. So I'm really excited about that because we really didn't get to spend that much time at Belfast last time. Oh, you stayed in Airbnb right across from Dublin Castle. Okay, Christine. You know exactly where we're at there because we're like at the Radisson there, which I think it's like 1 block away or like half a block away. Yeah. Downtown Dublin. Yeah. But I mean, it's one night. I mean, I just wanted convenience and comfort at that point because we're going to be tired. How long are we going to be there? We are there just over a week, just like 9 days. Not a whole lot. I would have loved to have spent last time we were there 2 weeks. I would have loved to have spent another 2 weeks. We just my husband didn't have the vacation time. And after a roof and a new HVAC system in the house, I think a week is probably all. I should mention that this trip also comes with free shipping for up to 20 bottles per person. So might be doing a bit of shopping. There. Hey, Eric. Cheers all. Having to leave to deal with an emergent page. Catch you on the next one. Yeah, go do that. That sounds way more important, Eric. I'll be here. It's recorded. No problemo. Hey, cheers, Jimmy Leg. It is good to see you. Mullingar has cows out the wazoo. Good bit of beef stew there. Yeah, I noticed that. They have like some kind of, it's like a combine or farm, like festival or tournament there. Robbie might be able to tell me what it is. But it was big to do. Real big to do. We had some good food. Went into some good pubs too. We went to Danny Burns pub there. That was a really cool little pub. Hey, Roy's lock-in live stream just ended. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Donner. It's good to see you. Copeland is a nice small distillery. I love Copeland. Copeland's kind of got like a pirate vibe going on. They have overproof rum that they make. And I used to have a bottle and it went fast. It was so good. Of their whiskey, and it was their whiskey that was finished in a Bordeaux rum cask, and it was cask strength. And it was nice. It was really nice. I enjoyed the heck out of it. So I'm looking forward to getting some stuff from Copeland. That's what I am looking forward to. Hey, cheers, molasses. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Let me know what you guys are drinking, what you got in your glass, if you've got anything yet this Sunday. All the bar flies. Yeah, I did get to catch some of Roy's live stream. I don't always, because sometimes I'm not wrapped up with work and stuff and time to catch him, but I was happy I got to catch some of it today. See, Peter White. Cheers, Peter White. I got actually my next pour is one from Peter White's area. In Belfast, be sure to meet up with Jimmy Whiskey Novice. Yes, he is at, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he's at Duke of York or Friend of Hand. He's at Friend of Hand. And we are going to be in Friend of Hand. That is an amazing whiskey shop. There is no way in the world I'm missing that one. And Friend of Hand shop just got, as I saw on Instagram, the new Redbreast 18. And I may have already got a bottle secured. So look for when I get back for a review of the new Redbreast 18. Alrighty. Yeah, free shipping. Yeah. Shipping is shipping from Ireland is not cheap. Not cheap at all. Still be on your Irish version of Aaron 14. That's all good. That is all good. That's a good one. So can't hate on you for that. Hey, cheers, Donald Rance. So Donald, you have a package coming your way, sir, that is coming via Jeffrey Wack. Chris and Lil are going to be getting it since I'm not going to be around to meet them before they come visit you. They told me to get it to him. So he will have it Tuesday. And I've got some little extras packed in there for you as well. So your shelf actually is mostly cleared now. Sure, I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, Friend of Hand. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're going to Friend of Hand. I'm excited to try their whiskey. I haven't tried their whiskey at all. Odd for me, but having ECBP A117. I have not had A117. I think it's A123 I've had. Or B something. Sean Whiskey Wars gave me a sample of B something. You're welcome, Donald. Package to Donald, but that's whack. Nice. I just looked for an Irish whiskey to pour. I failed my powers at my brother's house. That's okay. That's all good. All right. So next, I'm actually pouring one that is from up near, or was released. What is it from? But it was released where Donald and Peter are at. And this is the Bushmills 10-year. And yeah, my lighting. I got to get this lighting under control. This is, all right, this is the cognac cask that was released for Canada. This is 46% ABV as well. It's the only one I know of that is not cask strength, which is wild because all of the Bushmills are cask strength. And I picked this one up when I was up in Alberta. And I'm very excited because one of the stops we're going to be making is to the brand new Causeway Distillery, and we're going to get a tour from Alex Thomas herself. Oh, the Causeway Sauterne finish. Hey, cheers, Doug Petty. Yeah, I've got that one too. I think it's, yeah, I still have a little bit left. If you mean the 2011, I still have a little bit left of that one. I went to Dublin in March, went south of Waterford and Kilkenny, no past Middleton. We did spend some time. Actually, we spent some time. No, it was Killarney. We weren't in Kilkenny. We did go to Waterford though. and saw like the Reginald's Tower that's right there in the middle of town. We stayed pretty close to there. A whiskey released for Canada. I've never heard of such a thing. Yeah, they actually Bushmills does a release. Funny, US can't get a freaking Causeway release. Canada's got one, Australia's got one, Germany's got one. The US get the rare casks, but we don't get the Causeway. Any news you know about when Powers Johnson Lane Cask Strength will be in the US? Unfortunately, I don't know if they have plans to release it in the US. I kind of wonder if it's going to be one that's like the Jameson single pot still, that they just can't make enough for demand. That one, I could tell you that one is in Canada, but US won't see it, where they can't produce enough for us. So if you have the opportunity to get it from Ireland, I would encourage you to do that. I do know that they're going to release a new batch every year. They said, well, at least that's what they said when they first released John's Lane Cask Strength. They said it's going to be a batch release every year. They said they were going to keep it in their lineup and handle it that way. Excuse me. Yeah, the Canadian stuff isn't cask strength. Yeah, that's weird. It's so weird. I don't wonder why that is. I remember going to Kilkenny Castle when there were Kilkennys in the group. They rolled out of the proverbial carpet. The carpet was already there, mind you. I actually, yeah. Funny thing you should say that, because I actually, when my husband and I got married, we got married at the Biltmore estate. And one of my friends, her last name is Vanderbilt. And she likes to say, she's like, I'm a far branch on that tree, but we still got very good attention with a Vanderbilt in the group, because, they're nice just in case. Oh, I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yes, Poland has a causeway. Thank you, Donald. Poland does have a causeway as well. And I think, does Sweden have one? For some reason, I'm thinking Sweden has one, but I could be wrong. Redacted, yeah. I do have a plan, Sugar Kitty, on picking up a bottle of Redacted while I'm over there. They just released a new one that is a Blackwater. And it's a peated release, so I'm kind of excited to try that. All right. This cognac cask is so good. I am really hoping when we tour this Causeway distillery, because I think they just released, it was at a 44 year. And they tend to bring out like all the big guns when this tour goes in. So fingers crossed, I'll get to try a 44-year-old whiskey. I would be all right with that. I would be more than all right with that. Last tour that they had from this tour that went to Bushmills, they actually took them out on the Causeway and they drank some Bushmills Black Bush, like overlooking the cause, like standing out on the Causeway. And I'm like, that's really kind of cool. Alberta isn't Canada as far as whiskey concerned. It's heaven. Yeah. I kind of found out that when talking to these guys, talking to Donald and Peter and going to Alberta, that Alberta and Canada are two very different things as far as whiskey. It's amazing the stuff that Alberta gets. Hey, Marty. Cheers, Whiskey Nose. Cheers, everyone. It's good to see you. The 2 stacks 12-year single grain corn thing for Alberta was kind of meh. Are you talking about the was it Moscatel? Was it Moscato or a Moscatel one? I almost picked that one up too, Peter. And I didn't. Do you believe the Middleton Dare Gaelic is worth the price? I kind of do. Very rare, no. But the difference in the Dare Gaelic, the Dare Gaelic is a really, really nice whiskey. The other thing you're getting with the Dare Gaelic is you're getting a cask strength nice whiskey. So, and right now the difference in price here is only about $100 in Ohio between the Dare Gaelic, and I'm going to spend the extra 100. I'm going to get, a more complex whiskey that's cask strength as opposed to just a 40% blend. You still can find the Dare Gaelics outside of control states. You can find them a little bit cheaper. I was actually just discussing this whole kind of change where it used to be that, the control states had the advantage because the pricing was set. And that was always, well, you wanted to buy it there because it was lower. It was always higher everywhere else. And now that's kind of shifted to where I've been able to find releases elsewhere for quite a bit less. The Missouri Oak was one. It's 200 here. I got it in another state for 120. So I would look for a good price. I think it's 400 here now. I don't know. That's pushing it, honestly. I think any whiskey. I mean, you'd have to get an older one, and that is, it's an older one. But I do think it's really cool, and just the level of complexity. You get a little more on that one than you do on the regular blend. That one, and even Barry Crockett, I think is another one that's kind of worth the price. Honestly, the MVRs, unless you've got an occasion to celebrate where you want it with that year, save your money. Oh, always be careful. Yeah, my husband loves it anyway. He thinks they snicker like 12-year-old kids. Yes, I think it was a Moscato for some reason. Yeah, because it was a wine finish, I thought. Recently scored a writer's tier. Oh, nice. You got it for free? Shut up. That's pretty cool. Man missed it. What's your opinion on Connemara? I think Connemara was wonderful for ushering in a renaissance and resurgence of peated Irish whiskey. If we didn't have Connemara, we would not have, up to 80 different bottles of Irish whiskey today that has some level of peat, which there are over 80 that, you're talking everything from 2% peat to full on peated. I think if you did not have Connemara, you would not have that today. Unfortunately, I do think there are better releases now than just regular Connemara. The Connemara Turf Morna, that was something special. If you ever come across a bottle of that one, I did really enjoy that one. If I'm drinking a peated whiskey, I'm probably going to go with, if I want something full peated, I'm probably going to go with like a Cullowen Barentul. The short cross peated is really nice. W. O'Connell, Bill Phil. those are really good. That's like a Port Charlotte kind of peat. Those are really good. The cast strength is really good on that one too. And Two Stacks actually just released their latest Polaris release, and it is a like heavily peated Polaris. So I didn't buy a bottle of that. I have a feeling if we are sampling that when we visit Two Stacks, I will be coming home with a bottle of that because I'm going with my husband. My husband loves peated whiskey. But there's a lot of peated whiskey out there today. A lot more than we had. Connemara was it at the time. And it's a little earthier. I tend to not care for the earthy stuff. Oh, Dark Silky too is a good one. For the price, I like the Dark Silky. I'm Midnight Silky, Dark Silky. I have a lot of them. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss anything here. Oh, it's always been 400 here. It was actually when I bought my bottle of Knockrath, Dare Gaelic Knockrath, it was $269, and that was 2021. So in 3 years, it's gone from $269 to I think it's $490, $399 or $499. I looked this up. You think I would remember? I just looked it up like a week ago. Oh, we're getting the new one. So the Middleton Dare Gaelic, the Kyle bag was $329. That's not bad at all. I didn't realize it. The newest one is whoa. Okay, so Kyle bag was $329 here. The new one, the Kilranalaw, I'm sure I'm butchering that, wood. That one is $500 in 1 year. One series further. That is insane. Oh, what state am I in? I'm in Ohio. I'm actually located in Columbus, Ohio. So we have more control states. So the state sets the price for everything across the board, and any store you go into in the entire state is going to be the same price. The good part about that is, especially stuff like Blue Spot. Other states are having it for 300. We have it, I think it's like 135 or something like that. The downside is on things like that you could find Deer Gaelic cheaper than $500. That's crazy. I'm a big one that Irish Distillers. Look, they make an outstanding whiskey. Clearly, they make an outstanding whiskey. Their pricing, they've jumped the shark a bit. It's just there's no consistency to it. And I did find out it's actually Pernod Ricard that kind of has a lot more to do with the price than Irish Distillers themselves, but which makes sense if a corporation that don't really have a clue is setting the price, because it shows. It's a little bit all over the place. It's helped the smaller brands. No one ever liked Connemara, did they? My husband actually really loved it when it first came out. He's a peated whiskey guy. He's big into Scotch now. Big Lagavulin fan. He's been introduced to some of the older Lagavulins, and of course fell in love with the one that I think was like $1,000 a bottle. And he loves his peated Scotch. So he used to drink it, but the funny thing is, now that we've got all these other peated Irish whiskeys available, he never touches it. I've got a bottle of Connemara like sitting, where the heck is it? I don't even know. Oh, it's up there. It's up with the other, the Tyrconnell and the other Kilbeggan stuff. But we don't touch it. I mean, it's like got a neck pork on. It's been sitting there for a couple years now. I think I used it, last time I used it, we did a blind. Maybe we should do another blind of peated Irish whiskey, because we threw it in a blind, and I did it. I had him do it since he's such a peated whiskey fan, and it scored dead last between both of them. Between the both of us, I guess I should say. Hey, Mark Vasco, howdy. Are the Browns playing? Have they lost yet? I don't have a lot of optimism after that game last week. Yeah, the Connemara Turf Moor and the 24. I've never had the 24. But the Turf Moor was the one I really enjoyed. We had the 12, and I don't think I tried the 12 when he had it. I was very anti-peated whiskey for the longest time, though. I did not like peated whiskey. That was his jam, not mine. Hated it. Somebody, a friend down the street, bought us a bottle of Sleeve League, the Dark Silky, and I'm like, I'd already had a couple pours one night. It was sitting there. I'm like, screw it. Don't submit a glass. I think I did a shot of it. And like, oh, wow, that's really good. That's really good. It tasted like freaking Easter ham with like thick brown sugar glaze. And it was so savory and sweet. And I just absolutely loved it. And it was salty. And Sugar Kitty then recommended I try some Ardbeg. And so I got Ardbeg and O to start and loved it. And have now my favorite Scotch, Uigeadail, which live and love the heck out of that one. That one's just brilliant. So yeah, went from not liking peat to going down the peat crazy train and drinking the heavier peated stuff. I'm sure she meant long row. I don't know if you meant me or what. Have you tried? Yes, I've got. I don't know if I think they're down. I think they're downstairs actually, because all the Scotch is downstairs, and my husband likes those, so I left those downstairs. I have the legendary Silky, which is the lighter peated one, the dark Silky, which is the heavier peated one, and then I have the midnight Silky, which is the imperial stout finished one. I would like to get one of the cask strength too. Heard those really good, but I haven't managed to try one of those yet. MSRP for the Kilranala wood, 430 US. Yeah, I mean that's on par with what it is here. So I just got to, I'm going to road trip to Canada for whiskey. Ontario's got some good stuff. Ohio is the Nova Scotia of the US. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know if that's good or bad. Pernod Ricard execs are doing coke and mushrooms and thinking about pricing. You know what? You might be right. Might be right. They're not doing math. That's for sure. That and I actually, it's funny. I got into a big debate with the Irish Whiskey. It's Instagram is Irish Whiskey Appreciation Society, and I don't know if it's a group or if it's a dude, but I got into it with him. He was trying to argue that, well, people are paying big money for lesser bottles. I said, yes. The problem is when you've got a Kentucky oak bottle that's priced at $99, and then the very next one in the same non-age statement series is priced at $199. That I understand there are other factors that might go into it, but on paper, you see the problem with that. Especially when Teeling Wonders of Wood series, everyone has been $99. So it's just, that's just 1 year apart. That's not logic. And they're losing momentum to the smaller brands by pricing that way. So, shocker. Oh, you have the Kylebeck and the newer Dear Gaelic, but the newer version is a paper box. Yep, I have that one. That's a paper box. I liked the wood boxes. I think when you're talking about, a $400 and up bottle of whiskey, I think that deserves to have some nice marketing as well. I think that is an important factor when you're talking whiskey up in that echelon and those prices. I don't like the new Kylebeck or the new Dare Gaelic box. It's got like a bird flying on it, and it's got, I understand what they're trying to do because it's got like a circle, but it looks like the bird is like dropping poop. It's just a weird design. I don't mind the color, but it's just a weird design. After 24 years, the peat is probably gone. Yeah, you know? That's a good question for Donald. Donald, you might know that. Apparently they won today. I don't pay close attention to them, to be honest. Honestly, when you get beat, they only put 3 points on the board. It's hard to pay attention. I was going to tune in and see if the Swifties were beating the Bengals, but I didn't get a chance to before I joined you guys. Saturday is really more my football day than Sunday. For Cullen 15 in the glass. That one is so nice. That one is such a nice whiskey. I am going to go to the next distillery that we're visiting, and I'm really excited about this one. In addition to producing some awfully good frickin' whiskey, they also have a very large collection of tanks and Mini Coopers, which seems like the oddest two things to collect. But this is a Dunville's 12-year single malt. This is a Palo Cortado cast finish. This one is a single cask. And this was done for Stories and Sips Whiskey Club. This one we're bumping up in ABV. 58.4%. I have not opened this a lot yet. I did one pour. But the color on this is absolutely gorgeous. This is a natural color, a dark. That's crazy how dark that bottle is. I have two different single casks from Dunville's. They're both 12-year. They're both single malt. They're both finished in Palo Cortado. And they, night and day, taste so freaking different. So different. Oh, the Browns scrape past the Jags. Get down, Oogie, get down, Oogie. Port Charlotte 10 for the peated Scotch win. I do like me some Port Charlotte 10. That's a good one too. I do really like that. If you have Ugdal and Bunnahabhain 12 around, 60% Buna, 40% Oogie blend, let sit in a sample bottle for 2 weeks is a fantastic Isla Sherry Peat Bomb. I do have both of those. Ooh, I know what I'm doing. I get back. All right, so 60 Buna, 40 Oogie, and then let it sit for a little bit. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Hey, Zenbood, for Ireland. Cheers to you. Yeah, the greed is. Let me tell you though, the pricing crap from Irish distillers is the best thing that could have happened to these smaller brands, because people are starting to look around and see what else is out there. The Macallan The Reach is available at BSW in Alberta as long as you have an extra $265,000. Yeah, I don't need a house. I don't need a place to live. Holy shit. That's crazy. See, there just gets, I don't know about you guys. To me, there does get to a price point where it's just not worth it. It's, at the end of the day, it's still a consumable. I mean, it's just I appreciate, I mean, has that been to space or something? I mean, I would want my own celebrity like delivering it if I paid that much money. That is insane. The wood boxes are the way to go. Yeah, Pernod Ricard can take their rabbit label Diageo rip-off boxes and saw it off. Yeah, they tried to make it sound, they put this twist on it, like it was all about sustainability. You know, look at us being environmental. Y'all are saving money on shipping. That's what that's about. That's what that's about. Because those boxes weigh a heck of a lot less than those wooden ones did. That's the real story behind it. And it's all about the whiskey. It should be about the whiskey. It should be about the whiskey, except when you're paying a premium price. Like, I'm sorry, for $265,000, I want more than the whiskey. That's crazy. Kilrana Law is apparently Gaelic equivalent to pilot to bombardier, drop the bomb. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, go Google the front of that and you'll kind of see what I mean. I know it wasn't meant, but honestly, the first thing I thought when I looked at that box is a bird looks like it's pooping. It looks like it's a dive bombing. I like the color. Don't care for the design. You think that Dunville's the biggest ripoff in Ontario? Are they charging too much? I love Dunville's. I think actually, you guys get Dunville 12. That's one of my favorites. I would drink that every day if I could. It's really good. Oh, you're talking about the 25-year, Donald. The peat doesn't disappear. It just becomes enveloped and more integrated into the whiskey. Okay, so it's there. It just becomes a little more layered and nuanced. That actually makes a lot of sense. You can get whiskey from the Titanic. Yes, you can, Ben. This one is so good. So this is, I think you tried this one. Yeah, you tried this when you were here, Ben. So Titanic, where the old Titanic slips where the ships were made are still in Belfast. They're still very, very iconic in the middle of Belfast City. And the old pump house for Titanic is now Titanic Distillery. So the distillery bought the pump house, redid everything. So you can, I mean, you could still tour, you know, where it's pretty cool because it's a piece of history where the Titanic was made. But it's also their new distillery, and they have the brand. And I'm hoping we'll get to go into the museum part 2. If not, I'm definitely gonna make time to do that because we missed that last time. We went on a big Game of Thrones tour, and they, I knew there was biking involved on this, but 2 out-of-weight Americans, a 9-mile bike ride across the hills of County Down was not what I had planned. So we were too flippin' exhausted by the end of it to actually make it into the Titanic Museum, which was our plan after this tour. So we ended up just going up to Ballygally and going to the hotel and check it. We were in the Castle Hotel, so we just checked out that instead and kind of wandered around Ballygally. But I want, that is on my list now to see the museum. Oh my goodness, such an amazing bottle. Yeah, like freaking. I mean, it's like dark. It's darker than tea. It's kind of like watered down coffee. It's so good. Do they have the Propeller Guy edition? Oh, yeah. I think theirs is more about because the history of the boat building. because everything, we built the boat, we didn't build the iceberg, we had nothing to do with that. But I'm excited to see. I guess that the company that was there still in operation, or was, I guess, till a year ago. But that's a big part that I really didn't get to see last time I was there. So I'm excited to check all that out. And I have not tried their whiskey yet. It's one I've been curious about. And they had a big launch when they released their first boxes, but I really didn't get a chance to try any of them yet. My favorite is still the Blue Spot with a touch of water. Oh, 100 euros minus the VAT, so 81 US. That's not bad at all. I think that's less than I can get in Ireland. I do have an extra bottle of Blue Spot that a friend of mine got in State College, Pennsylvania. So yay, State College, college kids for not knowing good whiskey and not being willing to spend the money on Blue Spot, because I think he only paid $95 for that bottle. I know Blue Spot's great. Blue Spot is absolutely great. Hey, cheers, E-Man. Let me know if you guys got something in your glass. Buna 12 cask strength is even better. I've heard of Buna 12 cask strength. We don't have it in Ohio. It is one that if I see out in the wild, I do have every intention of buying that one. I've heard nothing but good things. I reached my price point limit a bit before 285,000. Yeah, you and me both. I kind of look at it when I think about whiskey, and honestly, even Redbreast 27, I won't be buying it in my state. It's $700 now, and I'm just like, I just can't. But if it's, I got a mortgage payment, and if it's getting close to that, I'm not gonna pay that. I can't pay my mortgage for a bottle of whiskey. That's just, I am not that well off that I can do that. As soon as I hit that lottery, and me and my friends have all said this, as soon as we hit the lottery, I'm buying 2 bottles of Middleton Silent Distillery, and one I'm opening with all y'all. And we're all going to drink that, because I have tried that one and it is amazing. Let's see how I'm missing. This is so good. I keep forgetting to actually drink it because I'm answering you guys. The whiskey hasn't been to space, but Richard Pattinson is a space alien. Does that count? No. What am I getting for $265,000? What am I getting out of that? That's crazy talk. I better be getting something out of it. Hey, cheers, Katie Turk. If somebody wants to put the link for Drift and Durams in here, Katie and her husband Ethan make some outstanding coffee. I had some of my bourbon barrel aged coffee just this morning, actually, with some white chocolate sauce, and it was delicious. $273 for Dunville's 12? That's crazy. What is that in US, Peter? What is that in US? Yes, thank you. The builders of the Titanic. Oh, Harland and Wolff. Oh, are they about to go bust? Oh. Yeah, the last one I said, it was a 2023 article I think I read. Yeah, it's not worth 170. I would agree with you there, Peter. Yeah, no. Dunville's, if you guys got Dunville's 10 or Dunville's 12, really great whiskeys. The 12 even more, but I know 12 Canada gets, US gets 10. Really great whiskeys, but it's not 170 great. I think it's only like 120 in Ireland. That's crazy. It's amazing how varied the prices are within the world. I mean, not just US, but just over the border and from Ireland and, in Poland. It's crazy how much variety there is in these prices. Blue Spot went up to 143. Yeah, it's about 135 in Ohio right now. All of the spots have gone up. It's getting crazy. I have a backup of the batch 1 still. I have a batch, I think it's a batch 2. Might be a batch 1, but I think it's a batch 2. I think. PALCB actually does price Irish reasonably. If you ever need from PA, it's easy for me. I will tell you, and Sugar Kitty, maybe you're not seeing this because you're on, correct me if I'm wrong, you're on the eastern side. My friend whose parents are around Pittsburgh is finding that Pennsylvania doesn't quite have the variety of Irish that they've had in previous years. And we've kind of been talking and wondering if it has anything to do with Ohio adding all of these new Irish brands. Because Ohio added 26 new Irish brands, and it used to be Ohioans went across the border to PA and picked up their Irish whiskey there because you guys always had much better variety. But now it seems it would be the reverse going on. So I don't know if it has anything to do with it, and it might just be that the eastern side of the state just does sell a bit more. Oh, the Circano 15 Madeira. That is a good one. That is a really good one. Although I was going to tell you, Donald. So one of the things I was actually talking about with Oisin Mulcahy from Clonakilty, and we were talking about other whiskey, and I was talking to him about older Cooley malt. And I said, some of it I haven't really been impressed with. And I think I'm a little more hypersensitive to the saponification where you get those soapy notes. I think I'm a little more sensitive to it. But I've tried a couple older Cooley malts, and they've tasted like soap. And I said, and other, my friends are getting the same thing. They think it tastes great, but all I'm tasting is soap. And I'm like, so I don't know if I'm just sensitive to it or what. He actually said that now the Cooley malt that's left, the older stuff, it was rushed because, they were trying to unload it. So that's the reason it's the stuff that's out there now. That's the reason it's still out there, is because it's not as good as the other stuff was. Oh, thank you, Sugar Kitty. Yeah, coffee, guys. Check out Drift and Drams. It's some really, really great coffee. And the Vasco's had some barrel aged today, too. Oh, it was freaking good. I added some sugar cookie creamer to it. Added some white chocolate syrup. It was delicious. That was awesome. Thank you, Sugar Kitty, for dropping that link. Green Spot Louisville Barton. That one is one of my go-to. That one is one of my favorites. I mean, even with all the whiskey out there, I go back to that one. That's a bottle I always have on the shelf. My husband knows I love it. He'll bring me home another bottle of it. That one is just, it's so good. That's just raspberries and cream, and it's so good. I didn't care. Quail's Gate, it was all right. It wasn't bad. It was just, it didn't do it for me like Louisville Barton. I thought Louisville Barton had a lot more going on. I'm trying to power through. I got 2 more pours to do. I didn't see a link for Kilco going live at 7. I'm not sure he is. I know Anthony is not going live tonight. He is camping. I don't know why I keep rinsing my glass. I brought 4 of them. I'm trying to get used to being hydrated. So I did get, for our trip, I got a whole new pack of Liquid IV to take. And I got cotton candy. It's their new flavor. So I tried some last night. I don't know if it tastes exactly like cotton candy, but it is pretty freaking good. It's just a disturbing neon blue color. So the Liquid IV always has got kind of a metallic taste to me, but it gets the job done. So 273, around 200 and change US. 170 is about 125. It's reasonable. You get the Dunville's 10 as well. Okay. I didn't know you guys got the 10. I knew you got the 12. We only get the 10 in the US. All I know is go to the PA website and see whatever's there. I can go to specific shops. And Allentown does. Yes. Allentown has one of the best stores. So Allentown and the shops around Philly. We were a few years ago, this was right after the pandemic, we were dying for an Irishman 17, and PA had it, but the only shop they had it in was around South Philly. And it was one of the few they would not ship to his mom's house, which typically, if you buy $100 from online in PA, you get free shipping. So for a while there, we were cashing in on that and shipping to his mom's house, to the point that when we stopped, his mom actually asked him if his friends were mad at him because she hadn't had any packages in a while. But that one, for some reason, was a bottle they would not ship. And I actually did finally get one. You can see right there. Big Vic in California found one for me. So thank you, Big Vic. If you're not subscribed to Big Vic, check out Big Vic's Backyard BS. He doesn't have his funky tree anymore, but he has a greener lawn than I have right now. So, and it's always a good pub stout, good time with Vic. I got a soft spot in my heart for Vic because Vic's a truck driver and my husband's truck drivers. Saponification can come from, yeah, it comes from when they add the water too fast. That's what Nancy Fraley had told me. Yeah, Nancy said that was what it was from. It's from the gentle cut of the water. They were adding it too fast. That's what O'Sheen actually had said as well. He said that's why you gentle cut and add the water slowly, because otherwise you can't end up with that happening as some kind of chemical thing. Oh, you heard that too. Yeah. Yeah, Donald, some of the Bushmills, which you do have in your package, the Bushmills 20, it's the JJ Corey 21, which is a Bushmill sourced. That one is a tropical fruit bomb as well. That one's got some grapefruit on the palate big time in that one. That one's lovely. All right, so the last one, I'm looking forward to trying this one because I love this one. I'm pretty sure I actually sent a sample of this to Northwest Bourbon to try as well. Because he's going to be on my live stream. We could not get it worked out before I leave. So when I get back, he's going to be a guest. So this is from Redemin Estate, and this is Short Cross Rye and Malt. This is a cask strength Irish whiskey. This one is 66% ABV. Lovely color. It's malted rye, malted barley. Beautiful color. This whole bottle is so pretty. It's a Short Cross around has their logo on the top. It says Short Cross on the bottom of the bottle. This whole bottle is just really, really nice. They do a really nice job. And it was really reasonable. I think I only paid like $75 for that bottle. Kilco is going live. Could use some car experts. Thank you. Okay, we will get this wrapped up real quick then. So you guys can make sure you go check out Kilco right at 7. Oh, you get the 10 Palo. God, man, you guys get the Palo Cortado. Donald, you guys get a lot of good stuff. Oh, you talked to Irishman 17 was actually in Jim Thorpe. I love that one. Yes, Big Vic has the Luau Tiki torches now. I have seen the newer one. I do like the bottle design. I do. I have not managed to grab a bottle yet. I've been hoarding the last of this one. I might pick up a new one just so I can compare. I kind of want to compare it to the older bottle style to see. The whiskey should be the same, but sometimes that doesn't happen. Hoping it does. Because it's a brilliant deal. It honestly is. This one is so good. It's good. It does finish a little hot. I'm getting close to my time, so I'm going to pour the last one here, which I went a little outside the box. I didn't do a whiskey. This is one I'm definitely going to be picking up in Ireland. 2 stacks, double Irish cream. This stuff is so good. So they use actually double the cream, double the whiskey in here. I was scrambling to get ready for the live stream tonight. So I did not get my Patreon giveaway set up. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. And the winner will get samples of all of these whiskeys. And instead of the Irish cream, I'm not sure how that'll ship. Might be kind of gross. I'm going to include the new Let's do the new Hawaii 6-0. That's the single malt in pineapple brandy. So that one will go to the winner. If you're a paid Patreon member, you're eligible. I'll record the drawing and I'll put it on Patreon tomorrow. Oh, you want to compare it to you? Yeah, I still have the first release. Hey, Kilco. Cheers to you. Thank you guys all for joining me tonight. I am going to try to stream at least for a little bit from Ireland next week. I don't know 100% what time it's going to be. I'm going to try to do my usual time because it'll be 5 hours ahead. It'll be 11 o'clock over there. But we're not going to take a computer. I'm just going to take the iPad. So might not be able to answer in chat, but I'm going to try. I'm going to make an attempt to at least stream from over in Belfast. If you are a Patreon, I am going to try to upload pictures every day so everybody can see what's going on. I will be doing a Patreon giveaway when I get back of some of the stuff I'm bringing home. So somebody is in for a good treat, and we'll go over all the whiskeys. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time from Belfast. You guys have a good rest of your Sunday. I'll see you next time. Go check out Kilco. Go check out Livewire tonight. Tell them I sent you. And you have a good rest of your evening. Slotcha.